I heard something about that.
Our try to be bi-monthly podcast when we're not sick or our houses aren't flooding.
Yeah.
It was a rough couple weeks.
I think we say that every time life happens, but yeah.
But hey, what are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about Marvel things and Turtles things and all kinds of things.
All kinds of things.
Video game things, too.
Video game things. We got quite a few video games this time.
So what do you want to start with? There's quite a few trailers came out recently.
Yeah, we did drop a bunch of trailers, so let's jump into movies.
Let's jump into movies. So Deadpool trailer came out, the full Deadpool trailer.
Looks great.
Looks, tongue-in-cheek.
Yeah.
It nailed the whole mustache gate, which happened in Justice League.
I laughed so hard. I was like, yes, they did it. They took a stab at Justice League.
Yeah. Cable's arm wasn't finished, so Deadpool basically said, it's not a CG mustache. What's taking so long?
That's brilliant.
Worked out perfectly. Movie looks fun. I mean,
it's going to be awesome.
Thank God.
It comes out so soon. I didn't realize it was coming out so soon.
Yeah, there's a lot of things coming out soon. There's some big movies coming out in the next couple months.
Well, I guess Fox has got to get that stuff out because Marvel.
I mean, it was already coming out anyway.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know how long, contracts and all that stuff go.
Yeah. Yeah, they also said about that Fox buyout that it's going to be a while until the X-Men and stuff show up.
Yeah.
Because they already have a lot planned out.
And, I'm thinking, a lot of people are complaining about possibly Deadpool being toned down because of Disney. But, man, I just finished Jessica Jones.
Dark.
That shit is rough.
Yeah. It doesn't really pull any punches. It's kind of...
And it's directly tied into the Marvel Cinematic Universe, so...
Yeah. That's what I kind of like about the Netflix ones is because they kind of don't really... They're a little more adult-themed, and I think people keep forgetting about that. Because that would have been a rated R show if it was in an actual theater.
Yeah. It's dark.
Yeah. Like Iron Fist, not so much. Luke Cage, definitely.
I haven't watched those two. Like I said, I just finished Jessica Jones because I just hadn't had a chance to sit down and watch them. But
Daredevil would have been pushing it.
Daredevil, the first season was rough.
Yeah.
The second season I thought was meh.
Yeah. But it was like still heavier.
And the Defenders, did it come out yet?
It did. Nobody really watched it.
See, I want to get to that point, but I keep hearing like Iron Fist isn't that great and Luke Cage isn't okay.
You can probably skip Iron Fist, honestly. I said it before. I think Iron Fist could have been like maybe 6 episodes instead of trying to stretch it out to 13.
Or they could have mixed like Iron Fist and Luke Cage into like one season.
That's what they're talking about doing. Like the second season, Luke Cage is going to be like a team up with Iron Fist, which works.
They should. Yeah, that's what they should do.
It's a give and take.
Because they kind of introduced Luke Cage with Jessica Jones, which is cool.
And Luke Cage was pretty good, but Luke Cage kind of had the same problem. It just like
why
I don't know why it needs to be stretched out so much.
Yeah,
like. We talked about it before. It's like Iron Man was a well-rounded character in 2 hours. Why do you need 13 hours to show me that Luke Cage is this well-rounded character? You don't really need that. Tell the story the right way, and it's fine.
It's like Jessica Jones. The thing I liked about her is that her villain was really good. I loved how disconnected from like reality he was, and just I love the fact that she drugged so many people through hell with her.
Yeah,
I thought that was kind of cool. Like a nice. I mean, it's not nice, but.
Yeah.
As far as like, it's
refreshing to watch.
She's a very flawed superhero and it affects other people.
Yeah, definitely. I thought it was a really good season. I'm looking forward to season 2.
Yeah, me too. It comes out next month, right?
Yep.
Yeah, and we jump from Deadpool right into talking about Jessica Jones.
There you go.
But yeah, no, Deadpool looks amazing. I hope it's as good as the first one. I know it's got a different director, but this guy did John Wick, right?
I think so, yeah. He directed the first John Wick.
So hopefully there'll be a lot more fight scenes in this one because I know the first one had a pretty small budget, so it wasn't a whole lot of...
And Ryan Reynolds actually... We talked about this a while back. Ryan Reynolds actually got them to knock the budget down because he said he doesn't want it to be too big because what made it successful was the fact that it was a smaller superhero movie.
One of the things I see, you ever follow The Onion?
Sometimes, yeah.
It's like a fake news thing. They're talking about how this generation loves. There's a guy who loves movies that don't take place in reality because. He loves how movies now just are people in front of green screens and hanging from wires. Then everything is people talking to nothing.
That's pretty much what it is. It's kind of weird to see these. I mean, it's amazing. Like Thor Ragnarok visually was amazing to watch.
Oh, yeah. That one.
But to realize that there's nothing they're acting against, it's kind of nuts.
Yeah, it's a little weird.
Yeah. But hey, it's getting better, I think. Computers sometimes can be wonky and they can be overused, but some of like Game of Thrones and stuff has really like taken computer animation
to the
next level.
I mean, we've gushed on that show too many times.
Yeah, it's great.
So let's stay on a positive note. Infinity War showed, I guess, a more
it was a more
teaser.
succinct trailer, but kind of the same thing.
That, and they showed that teaser at Super Bowl too, which really didn't reveal much.
Oh, was there a second trailer that I missed?
Maybe. It doesn't really show much more than it was already in there.
Yeah. I almost wanted to say, I'm going to stop right now and watch it, but I'm kind of trying to it's like 3 months away.
Yeah.
If I can avoid it as much as possible and just go see it, it'll be nice.
You excited to see Thanos be a fat guy from Pawn Stars?
Is that what he looks like?
Chumley? No, the bald guy that owns the Pawn Stars.
Oh, God, yeah, that guy.
Because he comes down with wearing a tank top and no helmet or nothing, so he kind of looks like him.
I think it's they said, the director said that thematically it was because he doesn't need his armor.
Yeah,
because he has the gauntlet.
He thinks he just thinks it's gonna be a cakewalk.
Yeah.
Speaking of gauntlet, Marvel Legends does series of prop replicas, and they're doing an Infinity Gauntlet replica that looks awesome.
That's pretty cool. I got that mutagen canister from NECA.
You did. That is awesome too.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to those small turtles.
Yeah,
come out in April.
Looking forward to Shredder.
Yeah, I still haven't even seen him.
Yeah, they haven't made him yet. The Trenchcoat Raphael came out just to kind of hold people over.
Yeah.
Until they get those done.
But we have much to discuss about the turtles here.
We'll get there. So let's go on a downward note.
hit the Venom trailer.
Venom came out. The teaser trailer.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
You wouldn't know it was a Venom movie if it didn't say Venom at the end of it.
Yeah. The coolest thing about that is the poster. I really like the eyes in the poster. You really could have gotten away, for most people, not even writing Venom on there. I like the poster, but yeah, the teaser trailer showed nothing.
I know we've talked about this before. We talked about how Sony feels like they're doing power plays to kind of strong arm Marvel and keep their own characters and shit.
Yeah.
And that once again, I'm kind of just completely disconnected from this Venom movie because I know Spider-Man has nothing to do with it.
There are talks and rumors Tom Holland may make an appearance in that movie.
Well, wouldn't that make sense? Because it
would make sense.
Why would a symbiote show up and jump on, or whatever happens? Why would it be? Why would he have arachnid powers?
Yeah, it doesn't make sense
without Spider-Man being the origin.
Yeah, because he got on Spider-Man, then got off Spider-Man, and went right to Eddie Brock, which is why Venom was sort of like the anti-Spider-Man.
Yeah. So
because it was basically the symbiont was rebelling against Spider-Man, which rebelled against him, which is why it sort of imitated him and mocked him. There's a lot of symbolism in Venom that you're going to lose without having Spider-Man in there.
Yeah.
So,
and I guess Carnage is going to be in it too, because I saw Hasbro's pushing out a whole bunch of Carnage and Venom.
Well, they're talking about Carnage, Venom, and the other symbionts.
Already?
Agony and all that other stuff. Yeah, it's supposed to be
in this movie.
That's what I hear.
Oh
it's supposed to be Lethal Protector / War of the Symbionts or something of the Symbionts.
Planet of the Symbiotes.
Planet of the Symbionts, probably.
Man.
There's supposed to be 5 different ones. Too much.
Sony just
it can't take a breath.
Yeah, they're pulling a DC by just throwing everything at the wall at once.
Yeah, that didn't work. You remember it? Just
yeah, I sure do.
Remember when Justice League kind of came out on DVD with so little fanfare?
Remember when it came out in theaters and it did poorly?
Yeah, it really did not do good. We've harped on that movie a lot.
It's an ugly fucking movie.
Yeah,
that's bad.
It felt like a bunch of people just threw a bunch of things at the screen, and
it's like you did good with Wonder Woman, man. You should have slowed down and rode that into a nice steady story.
Well, it's like they were trying to do too much. They were trying to course correct too much.
Yeah,
it's like, don't do that. Stick with your original vision or start over. Just whatever. I don't know.
It's sad.
We've talked about it, but hopefully they'll. I mean, they took a big loss, and the whole DCU is getting reevaluated now. So Affleck's even talking about Suicide Squad being his last role as Batman already. It's just all right, I'm curious to see what they do, but who knows?
Yeah, at this point, it's I don't know. You had successful Wonder Woman, so it would suck. It would not be good to reboot the series because you've got a successful character who had a successful movie, but maybe it is time to reboot it again and maybe just...
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, hopefully they'll reboot the X-Men because...
God, I hope.
Yeah. The X-Men movies didn't do terribly, but they're not great movies.
No.
They're not very memorable movies. I think that's the biggest problem.
That and, if you're like me who grew up loving the X-Men, they're not X-Men movies.
Yeah. So, and last thing I've got to say about Marvel is Black Panther comes out this week.
Yeah, I will probably go see it maybe Sunday night, or if I don't see it Sunday night, I'll see it.
It's supposed to be really good.
I heard that.
And it's supposed to have like one of the best villains that they've had so far.
Eric Killmonger or whatever his name is.
He's supposed to be like, because you kind of got introduced to Black Panther already.
Yeah.
You don't really have to introduce him as much. So looks like they got to spend a little more time fleshing out the villain, which is a good idea.
Sweet.
I mean,
that's one of the things that plagues Marvel is not having villains that are that memorable.
Oh yeah, we got Ant-Man and Wasp had a trailer.
Yeah,
recently.
that did come out. It looks okay. I mean,
pretty good. I mean, it looks like an Ant-Man movie.
It's another one of those movies. It's like I'm not super excited about it, but I know Marvel will somehow figure out how to make it an enjoyable movie.
Yeah, I'm most interested to see that because that comes out after Infinity War, and Paul Rudd is in Infinity War, so I wonder how they're going to tie that in, because I think after that there's not another one that comes out until the other Avengers movie comes out. Because they're closing it off, so they can't really...
It's going to be insane to see what happens with Infinity War.
I think Tony Stark's done for.
Him or Chris Evans, or both.
Yeah. I think Thor will survive.
Yeah, because we said that Chris Hemsworth is more open to the character.
He's more into it now, yeah.
Now that he can be kind of goofy.
Well, it's just like evolving and changing. For him, it was just a big, strong, muscly guy throwing a hammer, and now it's more like he's using a lot of different parts of his personality to make the character fun.
Yeah.
You know, so he's more interested in that. And this is supposed to be the middle movie of the Hulk trilogy arc.
Huh.
Because Hulk he can't do his own movie.
No.
So for some reason, what they've been doing is they've had a lot of success with him. So this is Ragnarok is where it started. This is the middle, and his sort of ends. His little arc ends with Infinity War, whatever it's called, 2.
I didn't think they were doing a part 2 already.
It's not called Infinity War Part 2. It's just the Untitled Avengers 5 or whatever it's called. It's Part 2 of this, so I guarantee this ends on a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it would almost have to.
This is going to be insane. Like, I know I've said it, like, Avengers, we were pretty hyped because it's the first time you've ever seen movies kind of tie together like that. Mm-hmm. And this time, it's like, it's so much grander. I just wonder how they're going to top it next. They have to bring in the X-Men. They have to bring in the Fantastic Four. And the next big event will have to bring all those franchises in with what we got now.
I mean, they already got Spider-Man in there, which is like a huge win for them.
Yeah, and then if they don't technically kill off Captain America or Iron Man, like they retire or whatever, they could always bring them back as like a special guest appearance, like 2 or 3 years. One of
them's got to go.
Yeah, I think probably Tony Stark.
I think he's done. I think just because there's so much about the culmination of this, it started with him. I think it should end with him. I think it'd be more poetic for the arc of the story to kind of end with his death.
And leave him dead. You need to leave him dead as much as we all love Robert Downey Jr.
He's old, man.
Well, that, and I know comic books bring characters back to life, but not for this. Let him have his swan song and go away.
Yeah. I mean, he almost kind of died in the first Avengers movie. You knew he wasn't.
Yeah.
But he was prepared to, so it would make sense that he would be prepared to do it this time around, too. And don't forget, in Age of Ultron, he had that Scarlet Witch vision of all the Avengers dead.
Yes, he did.
So I feel like what is going to happen is he's going to sacrifice himself to save all the people that he saw dead. You
excited about that new Avengers team? Like Scarlet Witch and Vision and a bunch of other lame Falcon?
No, I mean, not really.
Hawkeye.
That's why they need to sort of get new blood in there. Yeah. I mean, Joss Whedon originally wanted Spider-Man to be in that shot at the end of Age of Ultron.
Yeah,
with the new team. It was supposed to be the huge reveal of him, and it just didn't happen.
I think it's a good idea that they didn't put him in the Avengers so soon.
Yeah, that's true.
I do kind of like the Iron Spider costume now that I've looked at it a little more.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. I still think I prefer the classic.
Well, I do prefer the classic, but I do like that they didn't take, because a lot of people are like, oh, it doesn't look like the one from the comics. I kind of like that because it still keeps a lot of the tones from his original costume. So
yeah,
you're not jumping from one extreme to another right off the bat. You're still keeping some accents from his original red and blue costume.
I'm going to be a little bold and say I like his street costume.
I do too.
More than I like both of them.
I actually bought that Marvel Legend figure this weekend. So I was like,
hey, it's awesome, man.
I love that street costume.
I want to get the Hot Toys version of that.
I think you should cosplay as that.
I could probably pull it off, right? Lose about 20 pounds. Maybe I can pull it off. Yeah, I mean, we're also getting Guardians in this movie, so it's kind of...
Oh, yeah, that is kind of big. They haven't had any...
interaction with anyone else.
They haven't touched the Marvel Cinematic Universe at all.
because they had that 10-year class photo for them.
Yeah, the only thing they've touched is Thor.
Yep.
In this movie. Well, I guess it will be Thor.
Yeah, it will be.
No, it's at the end of Thor. The Guardians show up, wasn't it?
No, it was just like that ship pulled up.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, the Thanos ship.
Yeah, we thought it was going to be, but then
that's
it ended
right.
up being not so much.
I'm getting the trailer mixed up here.
And I got one more thing to say because I'm a little broken. I think I'm about to make a bold step in my life.
Nick is broken
as far as the internet goes. I don't think I can click on comment sections anymore.
It's hard.
Like, I'm a Star Wars fan, and I know you're not. So let me ask you this: if they say, "Hey Matthew, there's a Han Solo trailer that came out this week," would you click on the link, then go to the comments and say, Star Wars is bullshit? Why do that? Like, why do people feel like they have to comment on everything if they don't like it?
I don't know.
I swear. Okay, so they released a little teaser of the football at the football dome. That's what I almost called it.
The football dome.
Anyway, at the
You're
Super
like
Bowl.
Hulk Hogan over here, brother.
The football dome. At the Super Bowl, they released a 30-second teaser, and then they showed the actual trailer. It looks fine. Like, the guy doesn't look like Harrison Ford, but who's ever going to look like Harrison Ford? It's never going to... You do a prequel to an iconic character, it's like somebody playing a young Ash. It's like, You're kind of never really going to buy it, but what are you going to do? Because it's never going to look exactly like him and sound exactly like him. You just got to, like, accept it, sort of. And I swear, every comment was about how the last Star Wars movie was garbage. I'm like, why are you talking about that here? It's like, I don't understand why. I see it all the time in Destiny. Like, I've clicked on a Destiny story and the comment, and the first comment is, I haven't played this game in like 6 months. Why'd you click on a story to read about it just to comment on it?
Well, it's that too. It's just like,
you don't have to.
If you love Star Wars, yeah, if the last one sucked to you, just
don't watch it anymore.
Just wait for the next one.
Yeah.
It might bring you back.
Don't
like we can segue into Ash vs. Evil Dead with this.
Exactly. And Turtles.
Yeah, the end of season 2 of Ash vs. Evil Dead, I was like, I don't know if I like this.
Yeah.
How it ended, and I don't know if I like this, how it's going to go, but I'm still going to watch it. I'm not going to, I'm going
to tell you in all honesty, I did not like the end of season 2. We might go into spoiler-ish territory at the end. I thought it was going on a good route, and it felt like it took a sharp right, and I didn't like it.
Yeah, I didn't either. I was just like, what the fuck?
Like they brought a character back that I don't think they should have brought back.
Nope.
And they should have just let it be what it was, instead of this weird, like, second showdown that didn't need to happen.
And then it just like ends on like a happy note with a ghost waving at them. It's like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I kept waiting for another shoe to drop, and
it's like, and it's like, if it course corrected, why are those people still dead?
What the fuck was his dad talking about?
Yeah,
I was so annoyed that he kept trying to tell him secrets, and then like it didn't mean shit.
Yep.
Because the secret was supposed to be something, and then they're like, nah, we're not going to do that. So every tease up to that point was moot.
Well, even at the end, after the showrunner, Craig something, I can't remember his full name. After all that happened, he came out and we've talked about this. He said that he fought with Rob Tapert and stuff about the ending to that, because the original story was when they went back in time, Ash was going to wind up fucking some woman, and it turns out it was actually Kelly's mom.
Yeah.
So, and like in the middle of that, like she starts feeling weird, like what the fuck's happening, and it turns out she turns into Ash's daughter just because Ash is a fucking.
It works.
Yeah, and it's great because Kelly is awesome.
It works in the tone of the story.
And the thing too is she could carry, after Ash is gone, she could be the new Ash.
Yeah,
she's that good of a character.
Yeah, but I like the show. I thought the show.
Yeah, it's great all the way until that last episode, and then it just goes like nosedive.
There's some things in that show that are just like, what is going on in this friggin' show? We'll probably do a full spoiler discussion of both seasons when season 3 premieres.
I told you it's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous
it's over the top. And my girlfriend never had seen The Evil Dead or anything like that.
Uh-huh.
Like I think we watched the remake, and she thought the show was going to be serious, and she's like, "This is a lot goofier than I thought it was going to be."
You need to show her. You need to sit down and show her those movies.
I need to show her 2 and Army of Darkness and 1.
We need to show her the first one too, because it's just crazy how it goes from like
super serious
to just kind of insane to just stupid.
Oh my god. I like Army of Darkness.
I do too. I love them all
so much. There's so many funny things that happen in that movie. One of my favorite lines in that entire movie is when he gets the Necronomicon. He's coming back, he's back in that castle and everybody's cheering for him. He's like, yeah, get the fuck out of my way.
Yeah.
He just pushes that guy in the face. I laugh every single time that happens.
Fuck out of my face.
It was so great. And that's where, I mean, that's a classic movie.
Yeah. Have you seen the trailer for the 3rd season? Did you watch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about him having another daughter, like, and him
Yeah,
being like, don't mess with the Papa Bear's daughter or whatever. And
yeah, it seems.
then they showed another trailer that looks a lot better,
Yeah.
so I'll still watch it and see.
I'll say this: watching them back to back, it does hold the tone of the series. It's kind of trying to throw a curveball in there, and the curveball is his daughter is not bad, like evil demon slayer like him.
Yeah.
So it's sort of like a very sitcom-y situation that she's in.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of hook of the season. And the hook of season 1 was Ash returning back, going back to the cabin and facing his demons. And the hook of season 2 is him going back to his hometown, facing his father and all this other stuff.
You find out a little bit more about him.
Yeah. But the hook of this one seems to be like they're kind of the odd couple of Evil Dead.
Yeah, and it's like
And it kind of fits, but it kind of...
I think with Kelly and Pablo, you didn't really need that. We could have lived with him just finding out stuff about his family, but like him having another daughter is just kind of like...
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
I don't know. I'll watch it. It might be good. Who knows?
Yeah.
I think they're going a little bit more... I think they're making this season a little more serious than the other 2 seasons.
Yeah. Season 2 definitely was weird.
Yeah,
there's a thing that happened in the second episode of season 2 in the autopsy room that I can't even begin to like try to describe to somebody. We'll talk about that. Just brace yourself.
I know.
For seeing
when I had some friends over, I was like, "You've got to see this. If you've not watched Ash vs. Evil Dead, this is a reason to watch it because this happens.
Yeah,
it's fucking ridiculous and stupid and funny.
Yeah,
Bruce Campbell's a fucking champ.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. I hope this. My only hope for season 3 is it goes out on a high note and maybe leaves his character.
There may not be a season 4.
There may not be a season 4, and I don't like gooey endings.
Yeah,
it's gotta. Everybody was like, Harry Potter was like a huge franchise, and when the movies ended, I saw them all. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm the biggest Harry Potter fan ever. I've seen them; they're fine. I just hated the ending was so like sitcom-y. It was just like, oh, we all stayed friends and we all married each other's sisters and we all have kids named after characters who died, and it's just like,
that's my problem with
that doesn't happen usually. Why aren't people in the Potter world getting divorced and having illegitimate kids? And
that's one of my problems with American Horror Story. Like every season ends on like a happy, oh well, we're all dead, but we're all happy and ghosts in heaven, or
it's just like,
or we all live together in this haunted house. It's like, what?
You can take a message from Black Mirror and just make some of them happy, make some of them bleak.
Oh, we can talk a little bit about Black Mirror. We both finished the last season, didn't we?
We did.
It wasn't as strong as the other seasons, but man, I loved Metalhead.
I think individually the episodes were stronger, but like, I feel like the way I would describe it is season 4, I liked all of them kind of mostly good, but there wasn't really a standout episode. So the season as a whole was like a really good album.
Yeah.
But the last season was like an okay album with like 2 major hits on it.
Yeah.
So that's what it felt like to me. It was like more rounded season, but nothing really like stellar.
Yeah, nothing was
White
like,
Bear.
I can't wait to watch that again.
Yeah.
Although, like I said, I did love Metalhead just because
It was really good.
I think it's hard to do black and white and not fuck it up. And that one, I thought the black and white was beautiful in it, and just how creepy that little fucking dog robot thing was.
That merciless dog robot.
I know. It was like, those are kind of just unsettling.
Yeah. And I really liked the beginning episode because it was very bleak look on virtual reality and stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It ended really like dark and sour.
And the last episode was really good too, like with the
culmination of the Black Museum.
Yeah,
that was a good one too. I mean, they were all good. Some of them were just like,
they just didn't have like that one of those episodes that made
didn't
you
have
go,
White
fuck.
Bear. That's a stellar episode right there.
Or
or that one where that kid was like having to do all the stuff because he was jerking off on the camera, and then you found out it was a lot worse than you. Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah,
those are the 2 that stand out to me from the last season. That was just like, fuck. book.
And the first, I think it was the first season, the one with the guys that had to ride the bikes and they do the Pops show.
Oh yeah,
I thought that one was really good too.
That was good too.
With the guy from Get Out.
Get Out. Yeah, that was Like I said, like this was a really well-rounded season. Just more of a, not.
They didn't have anything super fucked up, I guess. They didn't have anything that made you go, damn.
Yeah. Except for that one where that woman just kept murdering everybody because you could tap into their brains.
That just made you hate that. I hated that fucking woman.
God.
You're just like, fuck her.
Yeah, at one point it was just like, all right, clearly you're going to get caught. Even though I thought it would have been nicer if she wouldn't have got caught. But, You also sound insane. Let's just say this. If you try to explain Black Mirror to people, like, listen, she's just murdering all these people because they saw it, they could see through her eyes, and at the end the gerbil just got her. Like, what did you just say to me? If nobody was watching that, you were like, what are you talking about?
I don't think that shows for people who are simple-minded, I guess. People who watch Big Bang Theory.
Yeah. Yeah, if you watch that show, you probably won't be like into it.
Yeah, you're probably
it's definitely like
this is boring and stupid. I don't get it.
I don't get it, man. But anyway, what do you want to go into? We'll go into some video game stuff, and then we'll go into our Big Turtles discussion because that's the big one.
Sorry.
So we've been playing a lot of Battlegrounds lately.
We have. It's a fun.
That is
fun
a
game.
Fun game.
Can't wait for the full one to come out. We've been playing on Xbox One because we don't play PC games.
Yeah.
Nothing against PC games. I just don't have
money or time to invest in making a PC. Yeah,
Plus, I grew up on a console, so
yeah, I'm a console gamer. I'll probably always will be a console gamer. That's why I wait for these games. At this point, these games are always going to come out. I mean, they're going to come out on PC because PC can handle it first. But then if it's popular enough, they're going to figure out how to bring it. Yeah. Like every PC game, save for World of Warcraft, has come out on a console. Yeah. I mean, there's a handful of them that don't, but those are big, massively multiplayer games, and this is not that. This is just 100 people dropping in, fight for your life. You and me have both made it to number 3. Yeah. It's as high as we've ever gotten.
Hard game, but fun.
Yeah. It's definitely tense to the last minute.
I love that you just have to how I guess every time you drop it randomizes the weapons.
Oh yeah, everything in every house is different.
I love that. Yeah. I love that you just had to have to scavenge to save your own life.
So we can talk about a couple little tidbits of stories just that we've experienced. At one point, we dropped into a game. This was a couple days ago, and we discovered something. Matt rolled into a house that 2 people were in. He was punching one guy, and one guy came around the corner and shotgunned him. Matt was the 97th person. Yeah. He was one of the first people out. So I was like, it's not really fun because Matt can spectate me, but I'm just I'm just going to be reckless. So I decided to run through every red zone I could see. Didn't get touched. Picked up a vehicle, drove by every house, didn't get touched. For some reason, the recklessness factor really worked for me. I made it to number 12, and I was trying to die. Yeah. So the next match is what we did. We just we took the motorcycle, and we just went into every house with no regard, just shotgun in hand. Oh, there's a guy in this house. All right, let's leave. We just jumped out the window, rode off. I think we were down to 20, and you're in the final circle, there's a barn, and I said, there's definitely people in that barn. It's let's go in there and do it. So I just drove the motorcycle right into the barn. Matt gets off, starts shooting. I get off, start shooting. Then I get in their dune buggy they parked in the back, and I crash it in the wall. Everybody's shooting me. So the thing blows up, kills about 3 people, and Matt's on the outside of the barn with a sliver of health left. And he didn't win because he didn't have any bandages or anything. But it was a memorable moment. And that's what that game is full of. It's just you can sit and wait, and all of a sudden you got 5 minutes of tense firefight. Yeah. Where you can survive, and when you play with people and commenting, it's a very social, fun game.
Yeah, I dig it.
And then we play a little Monster Hunter World. I've been playing quite a bit of that.
Yeah, I was interested in it.
It's definitely a very time-consuming game to play.
Yeah, it's something. I'm glad you guys rented it for me so I could try it before I bought it because I wouldn't have been too happy with it. Because honestly, I was expecting it to be kind of like Breath of the Wild, where me and you could just go explore this vast world, and some monsters are too hard to beat, so you have to level up to fight them. Yeah. But it kind of sends you on missions and kind of makes you choose what you got to kill and stuff, and I didn't really dig that.
Yeah. And I like that structure. It kind of helps you, it's kind of a fun game to play, pick up and play. I would have been overwhelmed if it would. I totally agree with you. That would have been a very cool concept for a game, but I feel that'd be the way the monsters vary and how they fight, it would just be like, I can't even imagine the computing power it would take to get all those guys on the same. It would have been awesome. I agree, like that open world aspect of it, but it's just like so difficult to even imagine how they would do that. Maybe in the future, maybe the next one will be like that. And I think the big problem with that is the big point of the game is to kill monsters and farm them. And some people are insanely good at games. I mean, you and I know this.
Yeah.
Like you watch people. And also, what they want to do is they want people to build up to the higher levels and stuff. So that's why they kind of give them. And then it sort of has a very steep learning curve. So the monsters that give you sort of train you up to fight the big ones. Because there's a big T-Rex in the very beginning. You can't kill for like 12 hours. You just have to run away from them every time. And then you eventually start slaying these small monsters. And then you can finally take that guy on. And it's sort of a sense of accomplishment, which is cool. But... there would be people like that do the Breath of the Wild thing where they were just like, I'm going to go beat Ganon with 0 hearts and no clothes and the stone sword I have in my hand. And then, I mean,
let them go for it, whatever.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it.
Man, I wish Breath of the Wild had like a mode where me and you could just explore the same world.
That would be cool. I need to finish that DLC. I just haven't really had a chance to finish it.
I hadn't played it either.
The dungeon's supposed to be the hardest dungeon in the game.
Hey, I seen something about Bayonetta 2 coming out on the Switch. What's that all
Bayonetta
about?
1 and 2 are getting ported to Switch.
Is there anything different with that? Do you know?
Probably not. Probably just both the games in the same console.
Okay, because I mean, Bayonetta 1 and 2 was on Wii U also, so.
Yeah. It's probably nothing spectacular. They're probably testing it to see how it'll sell, to see if Bayonetta 3...
Well, they announced Bayonetta 3, so...
So maybe that's what it is then.
I'll see if there's anything different about it.
Hype people up for it.
I might have to get a Switch just for that game.
Yeah. I'm really... I like Splatoon. I like Mario. I finally beat the main story of Mario. It gets much more complicated when you get towards like newer, harder parts open up. But I really want a Smash Brothers game, or at least a port of an old Smash Brothers game. I feel like that would be just great.
I'm getting Mario Kart on mobile.
I heard about that. I don't know how I feel about that.
Hear something about that?
I heard something about that. I don't know how much I don't know if I'm a huge Mario Kart guy. I think it's all right.
It's fun. It's fun to play with more people.
It's definitely party game for sure. But I don't really know if I'm like, ooh, I like Smash Brothers better because I like fighting games.
Yeah. Speaking of fighting games.
Oh, look at that segue.
Yeah. I guess Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is nobody's playing it apparently.
Yeah, it was a little clunky when I played it.
I played the demo. I haven't played the full game yet, but
the demo was a little clunky to me.
Character models are ugly as fuck.
Yeah, it felt like more like it played like Mortal Kombat and less like Marvel vs. Capcom, which is what made Marvel vs. Capcom so frantic.
Well, it sucks because it's being knocked off EVO, the biggest fighting game tournament, and that's crazy because it's been like a staple of that fighting series forever. So now Dragon Ball Z Fighter Z or I guess it's actually Fighters. Is that how they say it?
Fighters, yeah. Probably
it's taking its place because apparently it's amazing.
Yeah, I've seen seizure-like gameplay from that game. Like I can't even I'm not a Dragon Ball Z person, so
it's a 3-on-3, so it's a lot like the old Marvel vs. Capcom game. It's just a lot of shit going on.
Yeah, I can't even. I look at it and I go, what? That's the first time I've really felt old watching a video game. Just like, what is happening on this screen? Because I can't even pay attention to it.
The good thing, though, is maybe Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite will become super cheap, and maybe I'll get it and try it out and see if I hate it.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just kind of...
it felt pretty mediocre.
Yeah, just kind of like a standard old fighting game.
Have you seen those statues that came with the Ultimate Edition?
I did.
Whew, they're rough looking.
Yeah, they're not.
So I was like, I kind of want the Chun-Li because I collect Chun-Li stuff, and I seen her face, and I was like,
yeah, I don't need that.
What happened?
And then on the fighting game, same fighting game scene, we have the Turtles gameplay
are coming
out
to Injustice
2, yeah.
Injustice 2.
I definitely have to play that.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for the super deluxe edition of that to get those.
And we discussed this earlier. We thought it was going to be one turtle who tag teamed another. Nope. It's all 4 turtles.
Yep.
You can play as them individually, and I think they all have collectively the same super.
Yeah, they all come together in their super moves. But
yeah. But it looks awesome.
I'm glad. That's awesome. I can't wait.
And I showed you a picture of
Speaking
the
of,
original concept for Michael Bay's Turtles.
Did this just come out?
I don't know if it just came out or if it's been floating around the internet for a while. I think I vaguely remember seeing something.
It looks terrible.
It
looks
really
bad.
I'll post a picture of this probably with this podcast or something, a link. It's like gangly looking lizard people with guns. And turtles, it was what?
There's nothing interesting looking about them at all. They look like generic video game villains.
And let me ask you this: why didn't he just make the turtles look like Injustice? Those look awesome.
Because it's Michael Bay and he's a fucking idiot.
They look realistic enough, and they look,
yeah,
it's fine.
Speaking of bad turtles designs,
Let's do it. Let's go into it. This is our big discussion. We're gonna get into
so the
Teenage Mutant Ninja Rise of the Ninja Turtles.
Rise of the Ninja Turtles was announced because they stopped the 2012 series, which was done by Nickelodeon, CG series, which was amazing.
Yeah, the episodes I saw were awesome.
Well, I would say, I've said it before on this podcast, but that is my favorite incarnation of the Turtles. I think it's pure perfection for the Turtles. It's pretty dark. It actually gets really dark towards the end of the series.
I have one problem with it, but I'm getting over it.
What's that?
The gap in Donatello's tooth.
Yeah, I did too. I didn't like it at first, but eventually you're just kind of like, you kind of...
Yeah, I've gotten to the point where I'm just like, it's
And the fact that he's voiced by the original Raphael kind of threw me off at first.
Yeah.
But even when they do an episode where they meet the old Turtles, he's like, hey, you sound familiar.
So let me ask you this, because Jason Biggs and Sean Astin were the voices on there. Did they stay the voices, or did it change?
Jason Biggs left, and then...
Sean Astin?
Not Sean Astin.
He stayed, though, the whole time, right?
I believe he did.
He was Raphael.
Who's the guy that does Robot Chicken?
Seth Green?
Seth Green. He came on and voiced Leonardo.
Did a good job?
He did pretty good. Yeah, it was a little weird at first, but they did a thing where it turned out like Leonardo got his throat crushed, so he sounded different.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so
at least do a half-ass attempt to explain to me why the voice actor is different.
But after you get used to it, once again, after you kind of get used to it, you're like, okay,
yeah,
I'm cool with it. But yeah, that series is amazing, and the thing with the new one is apparently they've canceled the 2012 series because they're going in a whole new direction, which is going to be more geared towards kids now, which kids now have these cartoons that are just like ridiculous and stupid looking.
Yeah.
It's going to be very Teen Titans Go-ish, I guess, which is just not a good cartoon. I don't like it. I mean, I understand it's for kids.
Yeah.
And so they did a live Facebook live reveal of this. And I watched it. I watched it live.
It's disappointing.
It was.
You sent me the image, and I was like, really?
Yeah, well, the comment section on that was insane.
I bet you they were not happy, were they?
There were people who were not happy, and then there's a bunch of people who's like, shut up, you bunch of man children. This is for kids. Those look awesome. Stop complaining.
I will admit, it looks fine for a kid's show, and I'm not going to be the one guy who sits there and I'm not going to sit here and say, you ruined the Turtles for me. Because the Turtle, I can still go back and watch the movie from the 90s. I can still go back and watch the 2003 show. I can still go back and watch this 2012 show. I can go back and watch that, and it's still there. Stop being so possessive of a thing that you don't own anything for.
Well, but it's also like people are allowed to be upset about the designs too. Like, I don't like it. I don't care.
Yeah.
Stop telling me.
But you're not going to sit here and say, you're just not going to watch it.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch it. I mean, I didn't like the designs of the 2012 Turtles when I first seen them. I was like, oh my God, a CG Turtles, this is going to suck. I was pleasantly surprised.
Yeah.
I'll watch it just to see how bad it is.
But my point is, you're not going to, if you watch it and you don't like it, you're not going to go on every review and go in the comment section and say, this show's garbage.
No.
You're just not going to watch it.
The only thing, like, I know a lot of people are saying, like, oh, it's geared towards children, which I get. That's cool. But
maybe your son will love it. You never know.
Yeah, it's like, let them have that, though. Why couldn't they have continued the 2012 series for the more adult fans? Like, maybe edged it for more towards adults or something.
Yeah.
You know, because we grew up, we're the ones who made Turtles popular. Why can't we have a little something? I understand you want to market towards kids, but you also have a large market of people who originally made the Turtles what they are.
Yeah, 5-year-old kids aren't buying $100 NECA figures.
Right. So why can't we have maybe even a Netflix show or something
maybe it'll happen.
That's darker for us.
Yeah, maybe that'll happen. But that's kind of what happened with Michael Bay.
The 2012 series, and that's the thing. This new cartoon, the characters look kind of very much like the Michael Bay characters. And they're all different species of turtles.
I don't like that. I don't like that they don't have their same weapons either.
Donatello's apparently the Iron Man. He has multiple mech shells.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that it feels like they have to, like, the turtles' personalities and their weapons is what defined them before. And I don't know if I care for this new version of where it's almost like it has to beat you over the head. See, he's a tech guy. That's why he has mech shells. See, he's the leader. That's why he's a big snapping turtle with Tonkas.
That's why that was always my biggest problem with the visuals of the Turtles from the Michael Bay movies. I was like, it looks like
you don't trust me enough.
You don't trust me enough to know that Michelangelo's the party dude, so you're going to put a bunch of goddamn
puka shell necklaces on.
Yeah, puka shell necklaces and sunglasses and weird shit all over him.
Yeah.
You know, Raphael's the brute. You got to make him big and with scars and put
a do-rag on his head.
Yeah,
and
it's like, stop trying to beat me visually with it. I'll get it as long as your story's good.
Yeah, and I think that's the difference between kids and us, you know?
Yeah.
And that's fine. It's geared towards kids, and that's it. It seems, to me, the new show seems very geared towards children and selling toys.
Yeah, that's definitely what it is.
And that's, obviously, that's their prerogative, but just, like, don't forget about the people who are still making Turtles popular.
Yeah,
because what's happening is now the people who grew up with the Turtles now have kids who are watching the show. So you're making that show for the kids, but then the parents are just like, oh, it feels weird.
Yeah, and the thing is like, watching the 2012 series, it, like, Splinter, like, I don't know, did you see the picture of Splinter? I sent you that, didn't I?
You look like an old, wrinkled man.
Yeah, or from the new one that they're making.
Yeah.
He looks like a fat, like, I don't know, a bloated rat.
Yeah, he's gross.
And I guess they're pushing more towards comedy.
Yeah.
That's what they're going for, they said. But, like, the original series, like, this new series, like, you deal with some heavy stuff in the 2012 series. Like, there's some deep stuff in it and there's also a lot of lessons and stuff. Like, Splinter's teaching the kids, his turtles, how to handle certain things emotionally and stuff. It's, like I said, it's pretty dark. But it's also, Splinter's a very honorable character in that series, where they're going to make him like a stupid fucking weird rat thing in this one.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well, it seems like almost too much is changing. It's like, none of them have the same weapons.
And then like
they're all different turtles. The leader's different.
One of the things about the 2012 series is that you could tell love was put into it.
Yeah.
This one, I think this is just a marketing thing.
Yeah.
It's all about money.
It's always going to, for every good version of the Turtles, you get a Turtles Next Mutation. Yeah. So maybe this is this generation's next mutation. Maybe it won't work and they'll just go back. The Turtles will never die.
No.
The Turtles and Star Wars. And what else? What else have we got? Batman, always be around.
It just sucks that that I know I keep going back, but the 2012 series was so good. Like, I just wished, I don't want a reboot of that. I want them to continue it. You had the perfect balance of kid friendliness and adultness.
Yeah.
I mean, the Usagi Yojimbo episode is awesome.
So, also John Cena is the villain.
He's Rocksteady in this one.
He's Rocksteady? I thought he was like some other dude.
I thought they said he was the voice of Rocksteady. I may have gotten it wrong, but.
Ugh. Speaking of Rocksteady, I saw Sheamus at Home Depot. Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, he's apparently hanging around Hermitage, Tennessee.
He is. So, do you think it's going more kid-friendly because people are more sensitive than they used to be?
Probably.
All I'm saying about sensitivity is, like, I'm going to bring this up because I saw something on the news that just broke my brain. And it's part of the reason I might hate the internet. So there's a new movie coming out called Peter Rabbit.
Oh, yeah, I've
seen that? It's a CG rabbit wearing clothes.
Yep.
Okay, it's a kid's movie. It's whatever, right? I'm not going to go see it. Maybe your son might want to go see it. Who knows? But I need you to know this, Matthew.
Here it comes.
This movie has been accused of allergy bullying.
What?
Okay, so in the movie, Peter Rabbit finds out this dude is allergic to blackberries, so he feeds him blackberries, and the guy starts going into anaphylactic shock, and he has to stick himself with an EpiPen. It's a kid's comedy thing. It's fine. I've seen that plot device a million times before. But now the movie is being boycotted because it's saying it's being insensitive to children with allergies.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know what, kids? You're going to get picked on and shit for that stuff. Just learn to deal with it.
Well, who picks on somebody for allergies?
I don't know, but it could happen.
If you were allergic to strawberries, I'm not going to walk in front of you and go, check this out. I bet you wish you could have this. Nobody does that.
Some people might, but if they do, who gives a fuck? Deal with it.
It's there's a literal boycott of people saying it's insensitive to children with allergies. It's pushing the allergy bullying agenda.
there's an agenda for allergy bullying.
Yes.
Oh my fucking god.
It's like, I understand that people have allergies. It's fine. I just don't get why just don't go see the movie. Why are you trying to get everybody in?
Or go see it and just say, oh, that's just part of them being stupid or funny. To
me, it teaches kids awareness of allergies. Because if that guy's allergic to it and he almost died and he had to get an EpiPen, there's a kid who might not know that is even a thing.
God, imagine if the Ninja Turtles movie from the 90s came out now. People would be all up in arms. It's a kid's movie.
It said damn.
It said damn. It's boycotted. It's pushing the damn agenda.
Well, it's what happened in the second one, right?
Yep. That's why the second one got a lot more goofy.
And nobody hit anybody with weapons ever.
Yep. Even though the first one was a success, they fucking mixed up the. They broke what didn't need to be fixed.
You struggled with that one.
I'm sorry. I'm so mad. This allergy boycotting agenda thing has got me worked up.
Okay, so John Cena is voicing apparently a villain named Baron Draxum.
That sounds stupid.
So the whole series looks weird, so I don't really know. We'll watch it because I never judge anything without seeing it.
I'll judge it, but I'll still give it a fair chance.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you won't sit there and say, it's bullshit, I'm never going to watch it, and then just say it's bullshit forever. Watch it. I did it with the Ghostbusters. Terrible movie.
That's one thing I will judge and not watch.
Well, you don't have to. I watched it for you.
Thanks.
Oh, we got anything else?
No, just gonna miss you. Rest in peace, 2012 Turtles. You were the best.
Yeah, we'll definitely do like a retrospective on.
Yeah, I want you to watch that whole series because it gets.
I really do. I'm waiting for
There's like a whole season that every episode is like themed after like horror movies from the 80s.
I just want one concise box set like that Turtle Van. I go online to see how many episodes there are, and I'm just like, this DVD has 6 episodes.
Well, Nickelodeon's weird
12.
about that.
Yeah.
Nickelodeon doesn't put out like seasons. I don't know why.
They just put them out whenever they want to.
Yeah, so it's like, come on, Nickelodeon, give us we'll buy the season sets of
I feel like that's happening a lot too, because I watch Bob's Burgers on occasion, and I swear to God, an episode comes out a month. And it just seems weird because I remember shows used to come out every week for like 13 weeks, and then they take a break, and then they do the other episodes. It's
still kind of weird that shows even come on anymore with we watch Netflix now.
Yeah. So, oh well.
Oh well. We got some good things to look forward to, though.
Yeah. We'll probably, next time we come back, we'll probably be talking about Black Panther, so.
Yeah.
Because we'll have seen it by then, so. I guess that's about it.
Yep.
Look for us on Instagram. We're going to start our toy photography stuff soon.
Yeah, what's our Instagram account? Plastic Tombstone?
Plastic Tombstone.
But yeah, you have Tombstone?
I think it's Plastic. I'll have to look at it.
Yeah,
I think it's Plastic Tombstone without an O or something because it doesn't fit.
I've got it on my iPad. So I'll just see what it is.
And then you have your separate one, and I have my separate one. So we'll probably post separately and then post jointly on there. So
yeah, we'll come together.
Both our stuff. Come together for the better good.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see you guys next time.
Cowabunga.